Hey, what's up everyone? Josh Quinones here, and today we're going to be doing a little 4K video test with the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. We'll be testing out both the front-facing camera and the rear-facing cameras at both 4K 30 frames per second and 4K 60 frames per second to see just how good video quality is coming from the cameras on this device right here. And I'm going to let you all be the judges down in the comment sections below and letting me know whether or not you think video quality is good coming from the cameras on this device. And not only video quality, but the sound quality as well coming from the microphone on this device. We'll be testing it out in both the daylight and nighttime to check out those nighttime capabilities as well, and maybe even here in the office, so we kind of got this inside setting as well. But again, I'm gonna let you all be the judges down in the comment sections below. Let's go and get this test started. All right, so starting off with a little inside setting here in the office with the front-facing camera at 4K 30 frames per second. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Got some pretty decent lighting going on here. Got a small ring light here to my right. Got a pretty large softbox here to my left. Got a little background going on. Got some light right here in back of me. Got some color in this tree right here. So let me know what you think about the overall video quality. Like I said, this is 4K 30 frames per second on the front-facing camera, and I am also using the internal mics on the device itself. Let's go ahead and switch it up. And switching it up to 4K 60 frames per second, everything is exactly the same lighting, the same background. Of course, all I did was switch the settings from 30 frames to 60 frames per second. Honestly, I think it looks pretty good. Obviously, 60 frames per second is not for everybody, but depending on what you are recording, it could look really, really nice. But this is pretty much what it's gonna look like in an inside setting with some pretty decent lighting. Let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. Let's go and switch it up to the rear-facing cameras. All right, so we're now switched over to the rear-facing camera, recording at 4K 30 frames per second in the exact same setting here. What do you guys think? Because being in this exact same setting, do you think it looks a lot better than the front-facing camera, or do you think it looks about the same? Because if you're gonna be recording videos in an office setting like this using your phone's rear-facing camera, you don't have that convenience of being able to see yourself to make sure you're in frame. So for this portion of the video right now, I kind of had to go back and forth to make sure I was in frame. I had to record myself, go back, make sure I was in frame. If not, I had to fix the camera a little bit. So you don't have that convenience of being able to see yourself. So if you're one that uses your phone for recording videos for YouTube, do you think it's better to use the rear-facing camera or the front-facing camera? Because the front-facing camera actually looked pretty good. You can probably get by with that with some pretty decent lighting like this. But the rear-facing camera is always going to look better. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Let's go ahead and check out the 4K 60 frames per second. And boom, just like that, we are now at 4K 60 frames per second. Exact same setting once again. What do you guys think? Do you think it looks better than 4K 30 frames per second? Can you see yourself recording videos like this, especially if you're recording YouTube videos in an office setting like this? 4K 60 frames per second. I want to see how well it'll focus on an item if I just kind of hold it up to the camera like this. Not sure if it's focusing on this item or not, or if it's still trying to search for my face. What if I hold it to the side? You guys let me know down in the comments. Obviously, I can't see myself. I can't see what the camera is doing. But again, this is 4K 60 frames per second in an office setting like this. Let's go ahead and head outside.
Woo! All right, so I have made my way outside, as you can see here, starting with the front-facing camera at 4K 30 frames per second. Beautiful day today. So right now I currently have the sun facing me, and I can even walk with the sun behind me so we can see what that looks like as well. See if it's still able to pick up my face, even though it's pretty bright in the background. But this is all handheld, no small handheld tripod, no gimbal or anything like that, just using my bare hand, and that's it. Let's go ahead and test out stabilization here. Go ahead and do a little jog. There it is. Let me know what you think about stabilization. I'm going to pan around here a little bit. Got that beautiful green grass in the background. Beautiful trees around me. Not looking too bad. Let me know what you think. Let's go and switch it up to 4K 60 frames per second. All right, so switching it over to 4K 60 frames per second. Here it is. Let me know what y'all think. Of course, we are going to have a much smoother video. Let's see what it looks like with the sun directly behind me. Right there. So as you can see, it makes it a little bit harder to see my face, but once my face covers that sun, makes it a little easier to see my face. But now I want to check out stabilization. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do a little jog here, and let's see what happens. Check out stabilization again, all handheld. There we go. What do y'all think? I'm gonna pan around here a little bit. Again, such a beautiful day. And also, again, let me know what you think about the sound quality. How well are the mics picking up my voice? Is it blocking out, some of the background sound? Let me know down in the comments. But again, 4K 60, let's go and check out the rear facing cameras. All right, so switching it up to that rear facing camera at 4K 30 frames per second. Looking really good here on the viewfinder. Look, we got the beautiful palm trees back there. Now, one thing I like is that you actually have the ability to use all the lenses as well. So if I wanted to zoom in at 3 times, I can use that telephoto lens and it still keeps the stabilization going. And I can also zoom in 10 times as well using that other telephoto lens. Looking really, really good, still using that stabilization. And I think we can also zoom all the way out to 20 times. So this is at 20 times zoom, and that's the furthest that it'll let you zoom at 4K 30 frames per second. But let's go back to the main lens, and then we'll go to the ultra wide angle lens. So let's go ahead and check out stabilization. Just gonna do a light jog here. Now this is with the ultra wide angle lens. And then we'll switch it up to the main lens. This is the main lens now, still jogging. There we go. What do y'all think? Beautiful lake right here with the ducks. Look at that. Again, this is 4K 30 frames per second. Let's go and switch it up to 60 frames per second. All right, so switching it up to 4K 60 frames per second. As you can see, the sun is starting to go down pretty quick here, but looking at this same lake that we have right here, beautiful, beautiful. Going to pan this way, let's get some color with the grass. If I point it towards the mountains over there, you can see the sun is starting to go down. But again, let's go ahead and check out stabilization. Doing a light jog here. There we are. Now let's test out the zoom. Let's see how much we can zoom in. So it'll let me zoom in all the way to 10 times. Of course, quality is not going to be the best. Zooming in at 10 times. You also can do 4 times, 2 times, and then the main lens right here at 1 times. And this is it, 4K, 60 frames per second. Let me know what y'all think. Let's go ahead and check out some nighttime footage. All right, so we have finally made our way into the night. As you can see, the sun has finally gone down, so we can see just how well these cameras perform when recording in a low light situation like this. Starting off with the front facing camera at 4K 30 frames per second, just doing a nice steady walk here, and I'll go ahead and pan around a little bit here as well. You can check out what that looks like. And then let's go into a nice little jog here. Check out stabilization at night. Again, all handheld, no special tripod or gimbal or anything like that. There we are. Now, of course, stabilization isn't always the best when it comes to recording at night, but this is just to kind of give you an idea of what it would be like if you happen to be recording and are running around. So I'll go ahead and pan around one more time here. Get that intersection behind me. Again, 4K 30 frames per second. Let's switch it up to 4K 60 frames per second on the front facing camera. All right, so taking it over to 4K 60 frames per second. And the first thing I noticed just looking here in the viewfinder is that it seems a little bit darker than when I was recording at 4K 30. But again, this is 4K 60. Let me know what you guys think. Just doing a nice steady walk here. Got some Christmas lights on these palm trees right here. Beautiful night, beautiful, beautiful night. Go ahead and pan around here. Look at that. Let's go ahead and test out stabilization with a nice light jog here. There it is. What do you guys think? I'm going to pan around one more time. This picture in the back. Comes a car. Look at that. So again, this is 4K 60 frames per second. Let's go and check out the rear facing cameras. All right, so taking it over to 4K 30 frames per second on the rear facing camera. Palm trees looking beautiful. Just doing a nice steady walk here. So let me know what y'all think when it comes to stabilization when just doing a nice steady walk here at night. Check out this fountain right here. Look at that, super, super nice. Let's get a shot of that real quick. Now let's go ahead and do a light jog here so we can check out stabilization at night. Here we go. Again, all handheld. There we are. I'll go ahead and pan around one more time. Again, this is 4K, 30 frames per second. Let's go ahead and check out 4K, 60 frames per second. Woo, look at that. 4K 60 frames per second. So much smoother. Not looking too bad here in the viewfinder. Just doing a nice slow pan. Let's go ahead and start walking. See what the stabilization is like when just doing a nice steady walk like this. I love the way the mountains look back there. Look at that. Beautiful view, beautiful view. Let's check out this fountain again. Get a close-up of the water. Look at that, not looking too bad. All right, let's go ahead and get a nice steady jog going on here. Here we go. There it is, and it actually looks really good in the viewfinder here. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again, but it's looking really smooth. That 60 frames per second is really helping out with the stabilization here at night. Go ahead and do a slow pan one more time. Again, this is 4K 60 frames per second on the rear facing camera, and there it is. Let me know what y'all think.
Woo! So there it is, a little 4K video test with the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment sections below. Like I said, you are all the judge. I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, make sure to leave it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. But for now, this is Josh Quinones. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.